Yo, it's that bruh Nez dropping another how-to on y'all, and this time I'm gonna be showing you guys how to make egg rolls. And this recipe is straight from Japan. My wife's aunt is Japanese, and she makes these banging egg rolls, and she showed me how to make them. I'm just gonna alter the recipe slightly because we have people in my family who have a hard time digesting beef. So instead of using beef, I'm going to be using fresh ground turkey. So with that being said, let's just get right up into this bad boy. Pretty much right here is all the ingredients that you're going to need. You need your broccoli coleslaw, you know, a 12-ounce bag will do. Obviously, a pound of fresh ground turkey, whatever, you know, salt. I like to use a little seasoning salt, but you know, you could use straight regular salt, just a little bit. You don't need much. Obviously, your cut garlic or minced garlic, teriyaki or soy sauce, depending on your taste. You know, obviously you need oil, whether vegetable oil, canola oil. I usually use canola oil, but this is what was in reach, so I'm just going with this. You know, obviously the crisp them up, and then your egg roll wraps. Now, you can also use duck sauce for dipping, but that's personal preference. My wife likes to dip her egg rolls in the duck sauce. I like to eat them straight up, or maybe put a squirt a little bit of soy sauce on it. But other than that, I like my egg roll straight up. And then obviously you're gonna need your frying pan and stuff like that to fry it into, or a deep fryer if you have that. So with that being said, we're gonna get right up in this bad boy. Okay. First thing you're gonna do is obviously you gotta brown up your turkey, with a little bit of seasoning. So we're gonna get right into that. As you see, I just want to, brown up the ground turkey a little bit. Nothing crazy. Just gonna let this saute a little bit, and then once it gets a little bit more done, throw my seasonings on it. Really, what I should have did was I should have browned up the garlic first. As a matter of fact, you know what I'm gonna do? Make a little room over here, and I'm gonna put the garlic in here, brown it up a little bit. Be right back in a second once I get this garlic in. Okay, I actually got the garlic in on that side there, so I'm just gonna let that brown up a little bit, and then I'm gonna mix in the ground beef just a little bit, get a little saute on it. I shouldn't say ground beef, the ground turkey, because this is ground turkey, not beef. I mean, for the people who don't like ground turkey, you can use beef. This recipe works well with beef. Like I said, I already told you my reason why I'm using ground turkey, but this recipe works great with beef. Actually, like I told you, the original recipe is with beef. I just, I'm just substituting it with turkey because a lot of people can't have beef, and a lot of people don't eat beef. So, therefore, it's a nice little substitute, and it tastes just as good. So, we'll be back on the flip when this gets done. Okay, you see here that I got the turkey pretty much brown. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to add my Lowry's. You don't need a whole lot, just a little bit, just to give it a little quick coating. You don't want it to be too salty, because don't forget, you still got to add your teriyaki, because that's the flavor that you want. So I'm going to mix this all in, and then I'll be back when I'm ready to add the teriyaki. Okay, now we're about to add in this teriyaki a little bit. You don't want to go too crazy with it, because you just want to get a nice little coating on this, because we're going to be adding the teriyaki also to when we go to render down the vegetables that we have, the coleslaw mixture. So I'm going to go ahead and finish cooking this up, and then we'll be back when it's time to work on the coleslaw mixture. Okay, I got a little bit of oil in the pan, and then what I'm going to do is I'm going to pour in this mixture here, the coleslaw mixture, and render this down till it gets soft, just a little soft. But you don't want to get too soft, because you still got to add the meat afterwards, and then it's going to all meld together. So I'll be back in once I get this in. Okay, I got all the coleslaw in there. Well, I should say the diced cabbage. You know, I want to make sure you understand that it's not your typical coleslaw. Although you probably could use it, but me, I like to use this kind of mixture because it has the broccoli, carrots, and cabbage in there. But it's julienne versus just diced up. All right, because when it's diced up, it's going to be too small and soggy. You want it to have a little bit of texture to your egg roll. So keep in mind, my Japanese aunt, she taught me this. So this is real deal, authentic. All right. So what I want to do is, you know, make sure that a little bit of oil I have in there coat all this really good, and have it rendered down a little bit. So I'll be back in a second. Then we're going to add a little bit of teriyaki. Okay, I got a nice even coat on that. Look at the colors. The colors on this pop so much. Look at that. Look at that. You just, if it didn't smell bad just from just sauteing just raw chopped up vegetables, I'll be all up in this pot. But anyone who's sauteed raw vegetables already know that it's not the greatest smell. But we're about to change that right now. About to add a little bit of that teriyaki, baby. About to change the whole flavor situation up in here. Get the teriyaki popping. Alright. Now we're going to mix this around a little bit. Make sure the teriyaki is coating all of it really well. Alright, now when I come back in, we're going to add the meat, and then we're going to be ready to start putting some egg rolls together. Okay, now we're going to add the meat in here, the ground turkey, baby. And now we're going to mix all this together. Let this, I'm going to put the lid on this and let this cook up and simmer together. Let all the juices and the flavors and stuff meld together for about 5 minutes. Right now I got the heat on low, just so you know. You always want to be doing this on low because you don't want to burn anything. Keep the, you know, low to medium, the high. You want the highest to medium just to brown the ground turkey faster. But after that, you turn it down low. And then after this melds together a little bit for about 5 minutes, then I'm going to give it a little taste test and make sure it tastes right. And then at that point, you just want to, you know, it goes to according to your taste then, you know, according to how you like it to taste. So, throw this lid on here. Bam! And let that go for like 5 minutes. Okay, we back in. All right, it's been 5 minutes. About to check this out. Now, let's put that down. It should be about this consistency you're seeing right here. See, this is good. This is a good mixture right here. About this consistency. All right. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to give it a little taste test just to see what we're working with. See if I need to add anything else. Be right back. Okay, I just gave a little taste test. And what we need here, a little more teriyaki, baby. See, that's why you don't put too much on in the beginning, because it all goes according to your taste. So now I'm going to add this on here. Mix this around. And then we should be good. We should be golden. Golden Tate golden. For all the football fans out there, y'all know what I'm talking about. For your non-football fans, Golden Gate Bridge golden, all right? Or y'all, for y'all rich people, 24 karat golden, all right? There you go. Some little something for everybody. You can't say my videos don't appeal to everybody. I try to include everybody in there. Oh, see, look at that. Getting a little bit off the edge there, but this should be mixed up well enough. Right, you want to make sure that it's this consistency. Keep that heat down low so that way you don't overcook it, and then we should be good. Now you're gonna come back in and start wrapping up some egg rolls. Okay, we back in. All right, we got our mixture right here. Bam. Okay, I put out 2 shells right here. You know, you open up the pack, you got a whole pack. And I think in one pack you get about maybe like 20, 30, maybe 40. I'm not exactly sure. I never counted. Don't really say the number on the pack, but neither here nor there. Basically, what you want to do is take about a tablespoon and a half of mixture. I mean, depending on how many you're making, you could get away with 1 tablespoon, but I like to use like a tablespoon and a half, and that should be more than enough. That's my half right there. Then another heap. Bam. See? About a tablespoon and a half. That one has a little bit more than the other one, so I'll add a little bit more to that. Bam. Okay, so basically, you got your shells, you got your mixture, and you got a little bit of water. You'll see what I'm using the water for in a second. Okay, so basically what you want to do is you want to fold in the side flaps like that. Fold in the back. Bam. And then start rolling that bad boy up. Use your other finger to tuck it in. Try to roll it tight. And then when you get to the end, dip your finger in the water there. And just, some people like to use egg, but it's not necessary to actually use egg. Bam, that's 1 egg roll. Bam, just like that. Now, that one's kind of loose, but so I'm going to do this one a little bit more tighter. Move this in the middle so you can see. All right, I'm going to pull this back a little bit. Bam. See, this is a good one. This is a good wrap right here. Bam. Simple as that. Now what you do is you line up a whole bunch of them, fill them in, and you just wrap, 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 wrap. And keep you go, get your little assembly line going. Boom. Simple as that. Real time, baby, real time. Bam, just like that. Simple as that. And that's how you wrap the egg rolls, just like that. And you just keep that motion going till you run out of shells or run out of mixture, or you know. And then after that, and when we come back in, we're gonna drop these bad boys in some oil so you can see how long it takes to make these bad boys. So I'm gonna go ahead and wrap these up, and then we're gonna go from there. All right, we back in. We got a couple of them rolled up, and we're about to drop it in the grease. Now, or the oil, I should say, the vegetable oil. Now, make sure you want to keep this on low. You don't want it too hot. All right. So we're just gonna drop a couple of these bad boys in. See, you don't need it that hot. Got my Teflon tongs. Alright, now keep in mind you don't need to keep these bad boys in that long. Alright, you put them in for about 30 to 45 seconds, flip them bad boys, another 35, 45 seconds, a minute tops, and then you good. Have your little paper towel on a plate so that way you can drain the oil off a little bit. Take that bad boy, flip it. That one has to go a little bit longer. Alright, so now that I got them all flipped, I'm just going to let these bad boys just simmer up in there for a little bit. Okay. let those sit in a little bit longer. But we're gonna work with these right here while those finish cooking a little bit longer. And then when we come back in, I'm gonna cut these two bad boys open, and then you're gonna see how we looking. Okay, we in. And as you see, these bad boys are nice and golden brown color. They cooled off a little bit. So what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna go ahead and take these two off the napkin. Just let them roll off the napkin. Bam. So that way you can get an eye. So that way you can see what it looks like when I cut these bad boys open. Keep in mind, these bad boys are hot, okay? So don't burn yourself. Look at that. Look how that looks. Doesn't that look tasty? Get a nice mixture of turkey meat and vegetables. This is going to be so damn good. You know what? I'm going to let this cool off for another half a second. Then I'm going to get all up in it. But with that being said, this concludes the video. My how-to on how to make these egg rolls. My aunt Yuriko's Japanese egg rolls, which pretty much are the same egg rolls you find in the Chinese store. Just, you know, like I said, my little twist on the recipe. And like I said, you can substitute the turkey for beef or pork, ground beef, ground pork, whatever it is you want to use, like little mini pieces of shrimp. However you want to do it, it's all up to you. But the rest of the recipe is just like that. All right. You can also substitute the teriyaki for soy sauce. You know, you would mix the soy sauce in the same way you mix in teriyaki. I like the teriyaki because it gives a little bit of a sweet flavor to it with the salty. So, with that being said, I'm that bro Nez, about to get all up in these egg rolls, and I'm out this piece. All right, here's that batch of egg rolls that I just made. Finished product. I just wanted to show you what they look like all done. I know I already pieced out of the video, but I figured I just had to come back in and let y'all see. You know. Here goes one a little bit more well done. You know, I usually like my stuff a little well done, but you know what? Hey, look, flip it over, and now it's not. But there it is. Those bomb diggy egg rolls. Once again, I'm Dat Bruh Nez. I'm out this piece.